Hi guys, it's Nat here. Hope you're all doing well. So I'm on with my first tutorial video using awesome products that I got from Globleland recently. So I got all of these great products, the stamp set, the wax furnace with spoon. I got myself a wax seal with the letter N in it. And I also got this big super ant die that we'll be using as well. But for today's video, I am just going to concentrate on the stamp set. That'll be heaps of fun. So in my second video coming up in about a week, I shall be using the rest of the products I got. So I'll just put them to the side for now. So of course, the link to Globleland's shop will be down below, as will the links to the individual products that I'm using for my two tutorials, just in case you want to go straight to one of those. There's also my coupon code, which is NAT10. If you use that upon checkout, you can get 10% off of your whole order with Globleland, which is awesome. So I have a couple of different pieces of paper here, and I've printed some labels on those. Those labels are the freebie label frames from Which Craft Do You Do. I'll link those below. I've also stamped some of my label stamps onto some Coles paper bags, some shopping bag there. I'm using some archival inks and some Versamark inks for this project. And of course, the awesome stamps that I received from Globleland here. So this first page I'm going to be stamping on is a tea or coffee dyed. Then I have a green and blue page with the labels on. I did get a pile of green and blue paper from the local salvage centre, so I wanted to use some of that. So what I'm doing is very much inspired by Kerry at Which Craft Do You Do. She did a video not too long ago where she made some labels with these frames as well. And I really loved it. It looked like fun, so I wanted to have a go at it. And I thought that these stamps that I got would be perfect for this. So I'm just using a couple of different coloured inks here and stamping each one of the stamps all over my pages with the labels on. So I am following Kerry's lead and doing some straight and some on the side. I usually have to do everything all in the same direction, so it's good for me to break loose and just do it a bit freer. I'm also doing some initial stamping and some secondary stamping just to get some lighter stamping and some darker ones on the labels as well. So I'm just choosing the colour ink that I think goes nice with the stamp that I've chosen, and I'm just cycling through each of the stamps in the kit. Other than there's a plant one, I don't think I use that. I think I stamped it once in the end just to see how it come up, and it come up beautifully. They all stamped really nicely. So the label stamps there on the blue paper from the label frames, I printed them at 2 to a page just to have some smaller ones. So what I will do is just put some music on, as I have a head cold, so talk and thrill, this probably won't do me any good and probably wouldn't do yous any good either. So I'll whack some music on and I'll talk to you at the end. So I have cut all my labels apart, and I had so much fun using this stamp set. It worked perfectly for what I wanted to do. A really good all-round set here with all the numbers and that on it. Be using that heaps. So I still have to put it all away. Made a bit of a mess. And I'll show you what I've got now. So I have a few bits of my Coles bag left over with some of the labels that I stamped with my own stamps. So I didn't really finish those ones, so I thought I'll just leave them as is and use them for other projects. So first we've got the ones I did on the green paper. So that was just the one page as well, and look at how many labels I got out of it. Now there are some lines on the actual print of the label frame there. My printer heads need cleaning, I think, but they still turned out looking really cool. But I love the stamps on them. They look great. So I was very happy with the way they turned out. And it was quite fun. So that's all of those green ones. Now there was also the to and from stamp there and that one there with the R and the number that I thought I would stamp on the edge of some of my printed pages just to use up the excess paper. So I stamped those and cut them out to be their own standalone labels, and they've turned out really nice too, and I did those on the blue paper. And then we did the smaller, I printed the label frames 2 to a page to create smaller labels, and then used my stamps on those as well, and they created these little labels, which will be a lot of fun. And so I've got, since it was 2 to a page, I should have doubled the amount of labels out of that one. And of course you could add a word to these even if you wanted to when you go to use them, but otherwise as they are, they're really good for collaging and layering, adding to your tags. All sorts of decorations, even your cluster decorations, that'd be neat, especially these little ones. But look, there's just stacks of them, so it's definitely a worthwhile project doing that. Some of them just have the single stamp. Fits quite nicely in there. And then we did our coffee dyed or tea dyed paper ones. Awesome as well. It's great to have options with the different colours as well with your labels. And the label frames that I used were really handy to do this with as well. So big thank you to Kerry for her inspiration. So they're the ones on the tea dyed / coffee dyed paper. Again, they look awesome. And then last of all, we used Coles paper bag, which you can see on the other side. Now, I really love the way these turned out. So I used my label stamps that I have here to create the label frames for these on the paper bag rather than running it through the printer. And I love the way these turned out. So I just put some of the Globleland stamps that I thought would fit within the labels, mostly on these ones. And they look so nice on the paper bags. I think I shall be doing this with a lot of paper bags in the future because I really love the way these turned out. There's a square one there. Also loved the way the blue ink and that came up on there. Now that was this stamp here. You can do a few of them just as their own standalone labels as well. I think that looks pretty neat and authentic like. And then these are the bigger frames that I used with a number of stamps in them. And I adore these. I think these are so cool. Real nice page decorations. So that was so much fun making all of that. So huge thank you to Globleland. Absolutely love your product. I'm having so much fun using it. The link is down below to Globleland, as are the links to the individual products that I'm using for this tutorial, which is those stamps, and my next tutorial with this round of goodies. Next time we shall be using a big cutting die and my wax furnace and my seal to make some goodies. I will link my unboxing below as well in case you want to go back and check that out to see what else I got. So do take care of yourselves. Give this a go. Heaps and heaps of fun. You know, you can draw the labels, stamp the labels, print the labels, whatever, and then just do all your stamping all in one hit like that. So take care of yourselves. Be good, and I will see you again soon. Bye.